Good day all. I'm out in the garden and boy did we have rain. I forgot to put my wheelbarrow away. My grandfather would be very upset. And look at the amount of rain we've had. But it's a foggy morning and the garden's in a bit of disarray because I'm working on a project. It will probably take me the rest of the month to get that finished. But this Sunday's vlog, starting out on a foggy day. The rain's just spitting down. It was pouring all day yesterday. Oh, there goes the first snowy egret. Oh, gosh, I hope you saw him. I was so sad because I didn't have my camera out, and yesterday I was sitting in my sitting room having my tea break, and the first osprey of the spring had returned, and I saw him because he was about 10 feet in front of our window flying by. He went into our wood pile of spring tree branches to burn and carried out the largest branch, twice the size of him, which of course he was taking, or she, to build their nests, which they build on tall poles and towers with flat boards that are set up around here. But yes, Sunday's vlog, you can probably hear the rain a bit still coming down, and hopefully you can hear the foghorns. And it's a lovely wet spring day, but I want to head out and head to another shop. So let's see where we get off to for today's vlog. And here we are for today's outing. We're just out over the bridge in Buzzards Bay at the Clam Shack Antiques. I think I brought you here maybe a year and a half ago, and it's just kind of a quirky little place that has interesting antiques as well as just fun outdoor things. And I didn't want to do a big antique shop today because I'm really in garden mode. And since I'm thinking about garden, this place often has fun outdoor planters and some darling little garden gates, so I thought we would just take a little look around and see what we can find. All right, let's have a little look and see what we can find. Garden inspired, possibly. So you can see it has, this place has a lot of really interesting outdoor things. They usually have a few more things, but it is still quite early in the season. But I came here specifically to look at these sort of archways with gates. I wanted to see what they had in this year. And I like the rusty ones. I also like the green sort of patina ones they have. This one may be a bit more ornate for the thing I'm considering, but I would love to use a gate like this. I love the top is really beautiful with the little finials. But I'm actually looking specifically for seating for the garden I'm working on. This is adorable little set with the 2 seats. I'm making over a new veg bed, which I will share later in my vlog. It's going to take a while. But see, this would be perfect. This little bench with a built-in arbor could be really beautiful. And I could plant things over the top, like gourds or pumpkins. So that's something to consider. I like that bench. I'll have to measure that. Oh, these are nice. I like these sort of rusted little bits of fencing that you can pop in, and it has the seafaring motif with the anchors. And, you could pop them in. What are they? I think they're about, so they're $69, so $70. They would be great for like a herbaceous border or something to stick down to hold up blousy flowers. Funny little whale. Oh, here's another. This is a really interesting arch. I like how it angles out like this, so you could probably plant some beautiful, say, hydrangeas or something on either side, and then maybe do a clematis, or actually maybe thornless roses over the top with maybe clematis planted in between. But I like the depth of it. It's probably about maybe 4 feet deep. This would be beautiful to use in the woodland. Oh, I love, see, now this is why I came here. I love these old pots, so you can see how it has the old patina and the beautiful lichens like we see on the rocks on the beach. So it just looks really, oh yeah, it looks like they have an extra one of those dismantled, so that's good. I think the gentleman told me those were actually made by the Amish, but he must have meant the Mennonites because I can't imagine that Amish can weld. Oh, and here's some more. Oh, it's funny, these, I have about 4 of these that have been at the house forever. Oh, but I like these. I need to find out. I love that shell motif. Very appropriate. And this whole place just has a very Cape Cod feel. So let's hop inside and see what we can find. And as we enter this small shop, I love how you can see the old mastheads and the quirky mermaid statues hanging from the ceiling. There's both antique and new items here, but I love how it's just a jumble of everything. I like the taxidermy up there. It's a nice mix of, it has a very Maine, very down east feel here. All the old bits and bobs mixed in with a few newer things. I love this lamp. I know some might think it's quite kitsch, but the amount of work that must have gone into it, it could be very much a centerpiece on, say, a sofa table behind a sofa. It's $6.50 with some beautiful planters or something. And let's see. So again, I'm just looking for little things that inspire me for the garden. I'm trying to just stay focused right now because I'm really trying to get some garden projects done. Like even see this old metal milk holder? It would be cute with terracotta pots in and planted up, and for $37, that's not bad. And anything that could be a vase or a container to either use for flowers or plant outside, like this old pudding tin without the lid, that could be planted up with flowers outside or used as a vase indoors. Oh, I love this. I love mocha-ware, yellowware, and particularly this is this seaweed print. I've seen these sell for like $1,000 at auction, but this one's really cracked. So I'm curious to see what I could get that for because I'd love to have that in the garden. And then of course bring it in the winter and put it in the kitchen. Oh, this is a darling little child or doll's chair made out of old spools. $150, late Victorian folk art. I love how it's made from the old spools of thread or silk. And I'm sure a much treasured doll sat on this one time. This would also be beautiful indoors with a plant on, like a Boston fern. Let's see, some other... Oh, these are really... I love interesting containers. This is probably from an old shop of some sort, but that would be great in the garden room to keep soil or vermiculite or something you could just reach in and scoop out. I like that. Interesting. So there's always a very interesting mix. Old ship models. Lots of brass. I look at this diving helmet every time. Well out of my price range at $6.50, but it's just an interesting piece. Of course, I've looked at that pie safe a few times. And now these are obviously new, but these are kind of fun. Now these are fun for the garden. Put that on an old garden gate. Oh, some old ballasts. Those would be pretty. And oh, I love this funny old... I love anything that's sort of interesting old animals. This funny wooden carved cow. And look how you can see, I could make a spot. I could probably put twigs in there to replace where his horns probably were, her horns are meant to be. That would be darling for the garden. These are always fun for Christmas decorations. Oh, I love these old cranberry labels. They would have been adhesive. Well, actually, I think they would have used adhesive to put on crates and things for shipping in the old cranberry days, although I think Cape Cod is one of the major cranberry suppliers for the U.S. Oh, and look at this lovely wooden crate. Now that would be nice with terracotta pots planted up. I'm considering that. So, oh, I love these. $4.75 for the pair. These ship's lanterns in red and green. Wouldn't those be lovely on a gate post leading to a secret garden? Oh, this is an interesting little press. I like that. That would be fun to have fun with in the studio. Oh, I love these wool coats. This is definitely Hudson Bay. Yes, it's Hudson Bay coat. I love that. It's really pretty. Hudson Bay woolens are they're very, very New England thing. And this is the traditional Hudson Bay print, the Hudson Bay blanket with the colors. Oh, I love the fishing creel and all the various little things. There are a lot of sort of Maine cabin sort of feeling of things in here. I love this little figure. He's adorable. But yes, these Hudson Bay woolens are really well known. Oh, I like the Christmas stocking. It's funny because my grandmother used to call them Queen Anne's colors. And we're back outside because I just spoke with a gentleman who was really kind, and I think he's going to give me a wonderful deal on that mocha bowl, the one that's broken. But he has offered to let me buy this bench for only about $200, so that's such a perfect price. But I'm going to measure it, make sure it will work for my project I'm working on. But I could just picture maybe cucumbers and maybe gourds or something growing up, because I want it for a vegetable garden that I'm making over, which I will share with you on the vlog once I get it done. But I'm kind of taking it in stages. But I think it's really perfect. So I'm going to go home, think about that. So let's go buy our two treasures, or three. I haven't decided what I'm getting yet. But let's go in, get our treasures, and head on home. Just before we head out, since we are in Buzzards Bay, can you see in the distance that bridge sticking up into the air? That is a Cape Cod Canal Railroad Bridge, or the Buzzards Bay Railroad Bridge. It's called both things. But that's actually a vertical lift bridge, and the top section lowers down, and that allows the trains to go off and on the Cape to both remove trash and rubbish, as well as to take summer tourists off and on. So it's just kind of an interesting landmark. And as we're in Buzzards Bay, just off Cape onto the mainland, I figured I'd let you see it in the distance. All right, let's head on home, and I'll give you some Cape Cod house views as we drive. home again, jiggity jig. I'm out playing with the chicks. It's actually a bit warmer today. They still like to, they have a few more feathers. You can see in 1 week how quickly their feathers are growing. And their little tail feathers. So, the 2 treasures I got from our trip, this is actually the next day, and the weather was so odd. We had sun and wind and rain and sunshine, but I did end up getting this beautiful mocha-ware bowl, which is in the seaweed pattern. And as I said, I've seen these sell for $900 in perfect condition on Christie's at Christie's. However, this one is very broken, and the gentleman was very kind, and he sold it to me for only $25. But this is going to be a garden pot. As I said, I was garden shopping, so I'll probably plant it up now with maybe pansies or something. See how pretty that will be with the seaweed pattern. And these are very old. These were, I think they're from the 18th century, and of course they kept making them, so this could be newer. But you see how they used actual seaweed to make the imprints. And then I couldn't resist this funny cow. Even though he doesn't have his, look how funny he looks with the chicks. But even though he doesn't have his, or she doesn't have her ears or her horns, I thought getting some twigs, because I was in the garden mode, I thought getting some twigs to put in to make it into kind of a steer. It almost looks like, so I thought that's kind of I thought that's kind of a funny little garden ornament, which of course will come inside just as this will come inside once autumn sets in. But I just thought, I just couldn't resist. You know how I am with animals. But I hope you enjoyed this Sunday's outing, going to the Clam Shack Antique Shop in Buzzards Bay, finding this beautiful mocha-ware seaweed yellowware bowl, and this interesting carved cow with its own funny version of horns we added. And of course the chicks are enjoying the sunshine. Well, thank you for joining me, and until next time, or until I see you in the comments or on chats, remember, find a moment in your day to enjoy yourself, indulge in your passions, and as always, remember, stay creative. Cheers.